Life is not always fair. It can be harsh, unpredictable, and demanding. As men, we often face challenges that test our strength, patience, and character. But what if these challenges are not just obstacles, but opportunities for growth? What if the hard truths we face can guide us toward a more fulfilling and meaningful life? Buddhism, a timeless spiritual tradition, offers profound wisdom to help us navigate these truths. It teaches us how to transform suffering into strength, fear into courage, and confusion into clarity. Today, we'll explore 6 hard truths every man must remember through the lens of Buddhist teachings. These lessons are not meant to discourage you, but to empower you. They are reminders to embrace your inner strength, cultivate resilience, and live with purpose. Lesson 1. Nice men are used. Being kind is a virtue, but being too nice can sometimes lead to being taken advantage of. Buddhism teaches us the importance of balance. The middle way, as taught by the Buddha, is about avoiding extremes. It's not about being overly nice or overly harsh. It's about being kind while also setting boundaries. Many men struggle with this. They want to be liked, so they say yes to everything. They avoid conflict, even when it means sacrificing their own needs. But this can lead to resentment and burnout. Buddhism reminds us that self-care is not selfish. It's necessary. To avoid being used, practice mindful awareness. Notice when you're giving too much of yourself. Ask yourself, am I doing this out of kindness, or am I doing it to avoid conflict? Learn to say no when necessary. It's not about being rude. It's about respecting yourself. Remember, true kindness comes from a place of strength, not weakness. When you set boundaries, you're not being unkind. You're being honest. And honesty is a form of respect, for yourself and for others. So, be kind, but don't let your kindness make you a doormat. Stand firm in your values. Protect your energy. And remember, you deserve to be treated with respect, just as much as anyone else. Lesson 2. Shy men are ignored. Shyness can be a barrier to connection and opportunity. It can make you invisible in a world that often rewards confidence and assertiveness. Buddhism teaches us that our thoughts and behaviors are not fixed. They can be changed through mindful effort. If you're shy, it's likely because you're afraid of judgment or rejection. But Buddhism reminds us that these fears are rooted in attachment, to outcomes, to opinions, to self-image. The truth is, you are not defined by what others think of you. You are enough just as you are. To overcome shyness, start small. Practice speaking up in low-pressure situations. Share your thoughts with a friend or family member. Gradually, challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Remember, confidence is not about being loud or dominant. It's about being authentic. Buddhism also teaches the importance of compassion for yourself and others. When you're kind to yourself, you'll feel less afraid of making mistakes. And when you're kind to others, you'll realize that most people are too focused on themselves to judge you. So, don't let shyness hold you back. You have a unique voice and perspective to share. The world needs what you have to offer. Step into the light and let yourself be seen. Lesson 3. Weak men are abused. Weakness is not just physical. It's also emotional and mental. When you lack confidence or self-respect, others may sense it and take advantage. Buddhism teaches us that true strength comes from within. It's not about muscles or power. It's about inner resilience. To build this resilience, start by cultivating self-awareness. Notice when you feel small or powerless. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? What's holding me back? Often, our fears are based on past experiences or limiting beliefs. Buddhism encourages us to let go of these attachments. Meditation is a powerful tool for building inner strength. It helps you connect with your true self, the part of you that is calm, wise, and unshakable. When you tap into this inner strength, you'll feel less vulnerable to external pressures. It's also important to surround yourself with positive influences. Seek out people who uplift and inspire you. Avoid those who drain your energy or make you feel small. Remember, You have the power to choose who you allow into your life. So, don't let weakness define you. You are stronger than you think. With mindfulness and effort, you can build the confidence and resilience you need to stand tall in the face of adversity. Lesson 4. Soft men are pushed around. Being soft-hearted is a beautiful quality. But when you're too soft, you risk being pushed around. Buddhism teaches us the importance of equanimity, a balanced mind that remains steady in the face of challenges. If you're too soft, it's likely because you're afraid of conflict or rejection. But avoiding conflict doesn't make it go away. It often makes it worse. Buddhism encourages us to face our fears with courage and compassion. To stop being pushed around, practice assertiveness. This doesn't mean being aggressive. It means expressing your needs and opinions clearly and respectfully. When you stand up for yourself, you're not being selfish. You're being honest. Buddhism also teaches the importance of detachment. When you're too attached to being liked or accepted, you give away your power. Instead, focus on being true to yourself. Let go of the need for approval. Remember, being soft-hearted doesn't mean being weak. It means having the strength to be kind, even in difficult situations. So, be soft, but don't be a pushover. Stand firm in your values, and let your kindness be a source of strength, not vulnerability. Lesson 5. Patient men are exploited. Patience is a virtue. But when taken too far, it can lead to exploitation. Buddhism teaches us that patience should be balanced with wisdom. It's not about enduring endless suffering. It's about knowing when to act and when to wait. If you're too patient, it's likely because you're afraid of rocking the boat. But sometimes the boat needs to be rocked. Buddhism encourages us to take action when necessary, even if it's uncomfortable. To avoid being exploited, set clear boundaries. Communicate your expectations and stick to them. If someone takes advantage of your patience, don't be afraid to speak up. Remember, you teach people how to treat you. Buddhism also teaches the importance of self-compassion. Don't sacrifice your well-being for the sake of others. It's okay to put yourself first sometimes. In fact, it's necessary. So, be patient, but don't let patience become passivity. Use your wisdom to know when to wait and when to act. And remember, your time and energy are valuable. Don't let anyone take them for granted. Lesson 6. Ruthless men are respected. Ruthlessness may earn respect, but it comes at a cost. Buddhism teaches us that true respect comes from integrity, not fear. It's about being strong without being cruel, and confident without being arrogant. If you feel the need to be ruthless, it's likely because you're afraid of being seen as weak. But Buddhism reminds us that true strength comes from compassion, not domination. When you lead with kindness, you inspire loyalty and trust. To earn respect without being ruthless, focus on building your character. Be honest, reliable, and fair. Treat others with respect, even when they don't deserve it. Remember, your actions define you, not your words. Buddhism also teaches the importance of humility. True leaders don't need to prove their worth. They let their actions speak for themselves. So, don't chase respect. Earn it through your integrity and kindness. The respect that matters most is self-respect. When you live in alignment with your values, you'll feel a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. And that's the greatest reward of all. Life is full of challenges, but it's also full of opportunities. These 6 hard truths are not meant to discourage you. They're meant to empower you. By embracing these lessons, you can transform your struggles into strengths and your fears into courage. Buddhism teaches us that we have the power to shape our lives. Through mindfulness, compassion, and effort, we can overcome any obstacle and live with purpose and joy. So, take these lessons to heart. Be kind, but set boundaries. Be confident, but stay humble. Be patient, but know when to act. And above all, remember that you are enough, just as you are. The journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Keep moving forward one step at a time. And know that you have the strength within you to create a life of meaning and fulfillment.